These are my favorite ADHD strategies that help you to compensate for executive function differences so you don't have to rely on willpower or memory. Body doubling involves having another person present. They don't have to be actively involved in what you're trying to get done, but just present with you, whether virtually or in person, to help you get that activation energy to get started and stay focused on a task. The 5-minute rule is just convincing yourself to do something for 5 minutes just to get started. If you need to open the mail and go through it looking for bills, then you just tell yourself, set a timer for 5 minutes to just start the task. That's often long enough once you get going that you'll have momentum to continue going for longer. But if you only want to do it for 5 minutes, that's better than not doing it at all. You also want to break tasks down into the smaller parts of each task. That way it's less overwhelming and you might be willing to just do the next indicated step, even if doing the entire task feels like too much. People with ADHD often get confused about what is the most important thing to accomplish and get easily distracted into other things that are more interesting to them. So one thing I like to use for that is the Eisenhower matrix. It just is a little grid that gives you 4 squares and you determine which things are urgent and important. So sometimes something seems really urgent because you just got an email from a client and you want to respond to it, or your partner just came up and needs help with something. But for the ADHD mind, you want to keep a clear goal for your day of which of these things are actually urgent and important. Those will be in the top square. And then you kind of assess everything along those 2 measures to see which things you should do, which things you should delay, delegate, or delete from your list of items. If you have a big task that's going to take a significant amount of time, the Pomodoro technique can be helpful. That's where you break things out. You work for 25 minutes, then you give yourself a 5-minute break that would be relaxing for you, or something you would look forward to, like a snack or a YouTube video or a walk around the building, and then you come back and do another 25 minutes. So it helps you break up your day with little rest breaks or dopamine breaks for you so that you can stay motivated. One very important thing is to make everything visual so that you are not relying on your memory, which is working memory is a big challenge for people with ADHD. And they really have to accommodate for it by making things visual. This could be having a clock in the shower if you lose track of time in the shower. It could be having a timer when you started the sprinklers and you need to remember to turn them off at a certain point. It could be Post-it notes, it could be a shared family calendar. There's all kinds of amazing technology these days to help you be reminded of what you need to do so that you're not having to hold it in mind. Habit stacking is also a great strategy. That's where you take a habit that you have already built. It could be your morning walk, or when you take your shower, or when you go to the store, and building a new habit on top of it. So let's say that you need to listen to your voicemails and you tend to avoid it and put it off. If you already do a morning walk, you can tell yourself for the first 10 minutes of the walk, you're going to listen to your voicemails, respond to them, and then have kind of a reward later of listening to a favorite podcast or a favorite song or something else that you're looking forward to.